We begin with the developing story involving escalating tensions between North Korea and the United States. Pyongyang has issued a direct and pointed criticism of U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who recently referred to North Korea as a rogue state. This sharp rebuke marks the first time North Korea has openly attacked the Trump administration, signaling an intensification of rhetoric between the two nations. The North Korean government dismissed Rubio's remarks as coarse and nonsensical and framed them as proof of Washington's continued hostility. This latest exchange comes at a delicate moment in U.S.-North Korea relations. While North Korea's foreign ministry has strongly condemned Secretary Rubio's statement, President Donald Trump has simultaneously expressed a renewed interest in engaging diplomatically with North Korean leader Kim Jong-Un. This seeming contradiction raises important questions about the direction of U.S. foreign policy toward Pyongyang and whether diplomacy can still take root despite rising tensions. The term rogue state has long been a contentious label in international diplomacy, often used by U.S. officials to describe governments that are perceived as threats to global security. North Korea has been designated as such by multiple U.S. administrations, largely due to its nuclear ambitions, alleged human rights violations, and adversarial stance toward Western allies. However, Pyongyang sees this classification as an unjustified provocation and a reflection of what it calls Washington's unchanging hostile policy. The response from North Korea underscores a persistent pattern in its diplomatic strategy. Over the years, North Korean officials have employed strong rhetoric to counter U.S. criticism while simultaneously keeping open the possibility of engagement. The condemnation of Rubio's statement follows this familiar pattern: sharp denunciation coupled with indirect signaling that diplomacy is still an option under the right conditions. Secretary Rubio's comments reflect the broader stance of the Trump administration, which has maintained a tough position on North Korea's nuclear program. However, Trump himself has taken a more unorthodox approach in handling North Korea, departing from the hardline strategies of previous administrations. His engagement with Kim Jong-Un, including historic summits and direct communication, suggests a willingness to negotiate, even as elements of his administration, including Rubio, adopt a firmer stance. Experts remain divided on the effectiveness of Trump's diplomatic overtures toward North Korea. Some argue that his willingness to meet with Kim Jong-un has helped de-escalate tensions and create an opening for negotiations, while others believe that North Korea continues to pursue its nuclear ambitions unchecked. The back and forth between diplomatic engagement and harsh rhetoric has left many analysts questioning whether the U.S. has a coherent and unified strategy regarding North Korea. This latest controversy also highlights the internal contradictions within North Korea's approach to foreign relations. While Pyongyang often reacts strongly to statements made by U.S. officials, it has also signaled its openness to dialogue when politically advantageous. This dual approach, combining aggressive rhetoric with the potential for diplomacy, has been a hallmark of North Korean foreign policy for decades. Meanwhile, tensions on the Korean peninsula remain high. North Korea has continued its military activities, conducting missile tests that have drawn international condemnation. These actions contribute to global concerns about the security situation in the region and the challenges of engaging North Korea in meaningful negotiations. The broader geopolitical landscape also plays a crucial role in shaping U.S.-North Korea relations. China, North Korea's closest ally, has often served as a key intermediary in diplomatic efforts. Beijing's stance on this issue will be critical in determining whether talks between Washington and Pyongyang can move forward. Additionally, South Korea's role cannot be overlooked, as it remains a central player in any effort to reduce tensions and pursue peace on the Korean peninsula. As this situation develops, the future of U.S.-North Korea relations remains uncertain. The stark differences in rhetoric between President Trump's willingness to engage and Secretary Rubio's more confrontational stance reflect the complexity of Washington's approach. With North Korea's strong rejection of Rubio's comments, it remains to be seen whether diplomatic channels can be reopened or if this latest war of words will lead to further strain in an already tense relationship.